I think I'm live. Hello, hello. I'm back. I know I was just on less than an hour ago, but I'm back for more. Got something to eat, refreshed, and we are all set. I will be starting with some readings that I had in the last session that I ran out of time on, and we'll start with those this evening. But before we do that, let's bring some lovely energy into the moment. And we'll do that with this singing bowl. So, as I hit this singing bowl three times, we can imagine a big, beautiful waterfall of unconditional, eternal love energy flowing down into our hearts, filling us up and flowing out into our brains, our thoughts, our minds, our emotions, our energetic field, our chakras, our auras, and into our physical bodies too, our cells, excuse me, our blood, our organs, everything filling up and flowing out to the world. And as I do that, if you want to take a big deep breath or two or three or four while I'm doing it, just maybe think of something, at least one thing that you're grateful for in this moment. And just thank the creator for it. That raises our love vibration and opens us up to receive both messages from spirit and other things too. So we'll do that as we raise love vibration with the singing bowl as well. So here we go. Big deep breath in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. We'll put her back over here on her throne. Hey, me. Hello, hello. Good to see you. All right. So, um, welcome, welcome, all my Zen friends. Welcome back. Like I said, I was just on not even an hour ago. So I'm back. So thank you guys all that stood by me for 6 hours. And we're going to jump in for a few more here as well. Hey, Tim. Hello, hello. So before we get into the readings, we're going to finish up a handful of readings from my previous session first, and then we'll jump into this session as well. But before we do all that, I wanted to make sure we're going to be giving away 5 Zen Cricket memberships. Here's a little link that tells you how you can switch on your, yes, I want to receive membership gifting from YouTube, because that has to be on or they won't even consider you. And I don't choose. I just click a little button that uh, puts out a request for 5. I gave 5 away this morning, and I'll give away 5 here in a moment. But YouTube and Spirit choose. All I just hit a button, so I don't get to choose who they are. So I like that, right? So let's take a look here. What else was I going to talk about? Well, let's just talk about the regular things, right? So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. We got wonderful Zen friends here with huge hearts, great senses of humor. So welcome, welcome. There's always room for more. Um, Definitely two things that are so important to have in this time, right? Unconditional love and a sense of humor. Oh, thank you so much, me. um, so how the free readings work, we do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. All you have to do is put your question out there. And then we'll pull 1 to 2 cards to see what spirit has. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading, and we will put that. We'll answer those. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those. And then once I'm done, I return back. Any of my YouTube channel members, the names will be in green with the little badges. They get second priority over donations for their free readings. And then I complete the for other free readings. If you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, I do have 2 levels: Zen Cricket, $2.99 a month; Praying Mantis, $7.99. In addition to getting prioritization during these sessions. Sometimes, I know the last probably 3 weeks, I've been completing all the free readings regardless, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to keep that up because I have to balance and not get myself sick, right? But I've been doing those, and my YouTube channel members, I do make sure I complete donations and their readings each session, or shortly thereafter, if I zip away to spend time with my Praying Mantis members after sessions. And in addition to that, we also get together on Thursday nights. So if you do win a Zen Cricket, we get together on Thursday nights, which for 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. We do tarot readings, oracle readings, past life readings, talk about astrology, whatever we want. And then on Friday and Saturday nights after these sessions and Sunday afternoons after that session, we do spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. They do get advanced access to my Praying Mantis members to all of the videos I put out. Like we just had one come out this morning for the Libra full moon coming up. And they got to see this like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but the one that came out this morning, I do put those out. And what else did we have? The Zen Gate, that was yesterday. So we still have access to that energy for a while until May 5th when 5/5 Zen Gate is opened. And then every Friday we also put out a Zen Byte. And this one was the Zen Byte here. Also, I have, well, let's throw them out here. Equinox readings for each of the different elements like air signs, fire signs, etc. So that's the playlist for that. All the playlists are down in the description box of the video. Plus, on my main page at the top, it says new for 2025. And there's a ton of content. I have quest videos in addition to that. Um, what else did I put out? Oh, sun, when the sun changes signs, when there's a new moon, full moon, all of that. So we put out quite a few free content. So be sure to check those out if you want some more guidance from spirit and how to make life a little easier this year as we go through a big transformation in humanity. But if you're interested in becoming one of those YouTube channel members, there is a link down in the description box for that. Plus, I do also offer personal readings and some specialized readings and a hedge of peace and love. All that is also linked down in the description box. So blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So hopefully that gave everyone enough time that is interested in being eligible for the reading. I mean, the membership giveaway. So let me give away 5 right now, and then we'll get into readings here. So here's this. All right, here, pushing the button. So spirit, pick the winners, pick the winners. They'll be popping up here. So Patty was gifted a membership, Divine Empathic Tarot, my fiend. Amanda McNeil, Star Ruby, and Country Love Homestead. So congratulations, you 5, for winning the Zen Cricket membership. So be sure to check out Thursday nights. You have advanced access, unlimited readings. We don't, unlimited free readings. It's a smaller group, so we have time to do a lot of them. So all right. I think that is the skinny bojimi on everything. I'm going to switch over to the Storyteller Tarot. I used that other tarot deck for over 6 hours, and I was tired of looking at it. No offense. I love you. But they're like, you needed a rest anyway. So we're moving over to these. All right. So let us get started and jump in. So let me grab my little list over here. And we will do timestamps as well. All right. So Miss K, you will be up first. And this is for your donation from last time here. From the previous that I did not get to. So thank you for your patience and allowing me to eat and refresh before starting over again. So thank you so much. So we'll dive in here. You wanted to know, do we see a proposal for marriage in the future? All right. Well, let's dive into that. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see what we got. So is there a marriage proposal in the future? Okay, based on current energies, we will take a look here. And do we want any of those others? Well, we are going to look at the bottom of the deck anyway. Okay, they want that one. They're like, no, we want that one to be included here. That'll leave a different card on the bottom of the deck. Okay, which is the Ace of Swords. All right. So let's see what we got here, Miss K. The Ace of Swords on the bottom does represent new communication, new clarity and newness of someone else. So that I do feel whatever is coming towards you is a brand new person, someone you haven't met yet, with this energy. So let's see what else we have here. You got the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles that came out. That's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, harvest, birthing, sensuality, and the Nine of Spikes, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is like facing our fears with the Queen of Pentacles is like it can be a nurturing, a self-nurturing, being with yourself energy, and the Nine of Swords with that combination of those two. There's a little bit of be at peace with being alone, which I feel like you are, but I feel like maybe if there's anything below the surface, anything subconsciously about the fear of not having someone and not being uh, partnered in the future, that's like um, facing the fear helps relieve the fear, and that we can focus on gratitude and being in the moment, uh, and focusing on our self-love too. But I feel like that's important part of the journey is the releasing and being like, you know what, I'd be fine being alone the rest of my life because I'm not alone. I'm never alone. I'm always surrounded by, of course, a great host of invisible beings of unconditional love and light. But there's other people around you always too, so you'll never be alone even if you want to be. But let's see, let's focus in on the marriage question here too, right? So you got the 10 of hearts. Look at that. Fullness of love overflowing. This is good. And then the 2 of hearts, 2 of cups. Wow. So partnership and togetherness. I would say with these 2 cards, I like that this other energy, precedes it about let's, when we face that and we're okay, then there's not a pressure to be with someone and, it's like, I'm fine. And then it's almost like when we stop looking and we trust. If there's someone that's good for me, that would do this. I trust you, Creator. You're going to bring the perfect person and the perfect timing in the perfect way. And bam, 10 of hearts and 2 of hearts. The partnership, one of the partnership cards, full of joy and overflowing. So this, it feels like there is a marriage proposal in the future here. You have the Ace of Scepters, the Ace of Wands. So that is the new passion. Again, newness coming in, confirming if I didn't look at the bottom of the deck. And Temperance, yeah. A little bit of patience, a little bit of things unfolding slowly. The Temperance is like alchemy. It goes back and forth between the 2 cups, slowly evolving, slowly turning to gold. So I do feel like it is coming here for you. It starts off with a spark with someone, and then it slowly grows in towards marriage. Um, but I like this energy. So it's very positive. I would say yes, yes, yes. And I like it for you. And then we'll also pull here an angel card for your fortune cookie and see what else they want you to know here. Just put these cards back in. Okay. Excuse me. Got all phlegmy now that I ate. Sorry. Let's see what we have here for you, Miss K. What else for Miss K, please? All right, there we go. So you have 0909, New Beginnings. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful card. It's funny, 99 is my brother's wedding anniversary. Interesting. Maybe you guys are going to get married on 9/9. So great chance, opportunity, courage, accomplishments, conclusions, and big love. So look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You are completing something major, and it feels good to level up, huh? Close the old chapter. A new adventure will unravel. Wow. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I love that for you, Miss K. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Maria P., you are up next here. So let me put this in here. And you were at 1638. All right. Hey, Sophie Lee, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Zen Friends. Happy to have you here. All right, so Maria, I'm just finishing up from some donations and readings from the last session because we ran out of time. So as soon as I finish those, I will start on the ones from this session. All right, so Maria, thank you so much for your donation via Z PayPal. And let's take a look here and see what we got going on. So actually, let me just move it over here. So what are Walter's thoughts and feelings towards you this evening? So thoughts and feelings. Okay, they do want that one too. And then, is there anything he doesn't like about you? Of course, anything that someone doesn't like about us is because it's being mirrored. It's something that's in them, right? You would learn more about thinking, for about yourself anyway. What do you not like about them, and where does that exist within you, right? All right. So, what's coming for you and Walter the month of April? So, anything I want you to know here about the month of April. Okay, and then anything else sweet you can see for you and Wally. All right. So sorry. I just finished eating, so it'll clear up here in a sec. All right. So, what are their feelings and thoughts about you tonight? So, we've got the Knight of Scepters, the Knight of Wands. Woo, woo, woo. That's a lot of movement of passion, of attraction. So, they're very ignited towards you this evening. We'll call it that. And we have the Nine of Wands and the Five of Coins. So, this energy here, I kind of feel like there's this, I would say, I wouldn't say concern. Just the nine of wands represents an opportunity to take power ourselves, right? To be able to step forward, um, be like um, the release of something, the movement away of something. And so they kind of would look at this, and this can probably roll into your next question about, is there something, not that they don't like, but that they feel is an area that can be improved upon, is this lack of this Five of Coins, which is this fear energy, right? Which is the fear of being left behind, being abandoned, left out in the cold, not being enough, not having enough, that kind of energy. And I feel like, they're still heavily attracted to you, of course, with this Knight of Wands and this, but I feel like the thinking is, this is the thing that could change for us, is this feeling of lack, this fear of being abandoned, because I feel like maybe that comes up more than you feel it does. And that's important to know. Let's see what else comes in here too. Yeah. um, the Knight of Hearts and the Page of Hearts coming in here. I almost feel like these reversed because I feel like this is how they feel. This higher love, this movement of love energy. But I feel like it kind of jumped ahead and jumped over here to this side because I do feel like this Five of Coins and the Nine of Wands is that energy of the thing that could be changed. If you're going to ask, is there anything that well, it's the insecurity. That's the only thing, because it does, like I said, I feel like it does show its head and it does come up, but they still very much love you and they have all this Knight of Hearts, Page of Hearts. It's all the hearts. So nothing to worry about. All right. And then, let's see, you wanted to know. Yeah. So, what's ahead in the month of April for you guys, right? Yeah. Okay. So you have the King of Spikes, which is the King of Swords, along with the Nine of Hearts, which is like emotional dream come true energy, and the Four of Scepters, the Four of Wands, joy, celebration, gathering energy here too. So, this really is an energy of a lot of clarity. I feel comes in about what your guys' individual dreams are. Like, what is your dream come true? I feel like you guys talk about future dreams, like what is, if you could have anything in your life right now, what would it be? What is that dream, come true? And the Four of Wands is the joy and celebration. It's also the marriage card. So I feel like there's this talking and this discussion about what it is and what we're wanting. Doesn't mean that you guys are making plans to get married or things like that. So don't jump the gun. But this is like just this clarity of what it is and why. So a lot of clarity around what the dream is and why it's the dream, um, and that. And I feel like that's kind of the drive that's within you, because you're wanting to get to a certain point. My dream come true is that, and I want to get to that. I want to get to this out here, right? But it's about enjoying the journey, enjoying the process. Always got to bring that up. Slow your roll and focus on the very next step. And in fact, focus on what you're grateful for in the moment and let it flow. You guys will flow in the direction. Trying to force it is what forces it off path, right? So anyway, that's what's important to know there. And then lastly, anything sweet for you and Wally. So you have Ace of Coins. So there's this feeling of abundance and new beginnings in your life together. You have the Six of Scepters, the Six of Wands. This is also equal passion, but it's victory and abundance. So you both have this feeling here. And the Page of Scepters, the Page of Wands. So new passion, new excitement, continuation going forward. But this feeling with the Ace of Pentacles is like a new opportunity, like a renewal happening in the future. So, new possibilities, new opportunities. So, it feels very growth focused, not declining, which I feel is what you need to know right now. Because feel like this Venus retrograde is doing you a doozy on bringing up fears around relationships ending, and then it's causing stress and it's causing stress in other places. And so I feel like for everything, it's a reminder, step out of the fear, and with work, with relationships, with friendships, with family, with children, with whatever, and be like, okay, you know what? Looking at this, what am I grateful for in my life? And let me return to what I'm grateful for, not what I wish I could have or feel is missing or whatever, but returning to that. I feel like it's a very important role for your life there. Right. And then let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. Let's see what your angel number is. All right. And you have 0440. The gut feeling is the name of the card. And this says, follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or karma will bite your ass. It says it here. That's funny. Three is a crowd. So I like that. Trust your gut. You're too funny. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then, hey, Moonlight, shout out to other my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. It's Saturday Marathon. It is, right? Hey, little bit. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Livier, Vagata, BU. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Teresa Horton. Hello, sexy voice. Boom, boom, boom. You're so funny. uh, hello, hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. All right, I think I said hello to everyone. So I just have like a handful of free readings from last session that I didn't complete that I told them that I would start off with those. So I'm going to do those, and then we'll start on the ones from this session. All right. So up first, let me put the timestamp here. So we've got Tan Hopkin. You are up. So 2645. All right. And I think I'm just going to do it this way. There we go. So Tan Hopkin. And your question was thank you for saying that my words are wise. It's really spirit's words that are wise. They're the wise, smart one in the relationship. Thank you, though. I do agree. They bring through a lot of wisdom. I learn a lot. You want to know anything that they see for Easter? So let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. Of course, free readings are just 1 to 2 cards, so don't worry, everyone. These will go faster than donation readings. You got the 10 of coins and the Queen of Hearts. Wow. So you definitely, this Easter energy feels fullness of life here. 10 of Pentacles is abundance of life. It is also, the 10 of Coins is the partnership energy. Queen of Hearts, too, is a lot of emotion. It's someone that definitely, I feel, represents someone that you get to be with on Easter. But it is a feeling of great emotion. Someone who's Queen of Hearts not only helps rule over the hearts, but all queens are given a second portion of hearts. So that's 2 parts heart. She's the master of emotion. So someone who's really in tune, very empathic, very loving, full of love and overflowing. And I feel like that if it's not a partnership, if it's not someone that you're, romantically involved in, I feel like it's something that could lead that, or it's someone that is a big source of love in your life. Like if you're like, I want to see my mom on Easter, that could be your mom energy. But it's someone, a very divine, feminine, full, empathic, emotional energies. But it feels like a very emotionally abundant and physically abundant energy too. So if you're looking at being around people, a lot of people, supportive people, this energy would support that too. So I feel like very, just very positive energy. I don't know if you're going to like go to a celebration. I feel like if there's a kind of an Easter dinner or something, definitely go, because I feel like you do feel a lot of love regardless. But the 10 of Pentacles with that, I don't know, if you're not in a relationship, boom, 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 you might get a spark with someone. All right, so that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Tan. All right. And then we have Maria Amethyst Celentine. You are up. Let me just post that into the chat here. All right. So Maria, I know you try sometimes, and usually I get to a lot. If you ask a question, I usually get to them. I have been for the last 3 weeks. So I'm surprised if you didn't get one. But if you go, hey, I have a question, but you don't put a question, then I don't ask one normally. So if you ever do in the future, make sure to put your question. And a lot of times I'm able to get, or I come back on to free readings. So you can always have a chance. And if not, Sundays, I always come back on. So make sure to attend the Sundays if you ever have a question, and you will definitely get an answer sometime that day. So, hey. um, so a specific question. Yeah, you're in a difficult relationship with Philippe. Okay. All right. Been together for 9 years and you fight all the time. Wow. He tells me he wants women who are older. He's got mommy issues. Oh, so you're wondering, does he prefer older women or is it just a fantasy for him? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I mean, been fighting all the time. Time to reevaluate, isn't it? If he says that, it's like, all right, we'll go find him then. You know, we have the nine, well, it's the 10 of spikes, 10 of swords, and the 8 of cups, right? So the 10 of swords is this long list of expectations of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's. And that does feel very much this, I don't know. I don't feel like they just have a standard, I prefer older women. This 8 of hearts is about walking away from relationships and emotions that don't serve anymore. I feel like, Maria, this is more of a way in which to create division, cause fights, because they want to. I feel like all this fighting is rooted in fear, because that's where fighting, the fight or flight, comes from. So it's bringing up these fears they have, but I feel like they're using this as a barrier, as a reason to fight, as a reason to kind of flee and leave something that they feel is no longer healthy for you guys. And he's actually right, isn't he? You know, you look at it and go, yeah, we've been together this long, but if we fight all the time, this is lower vibrational fear energy, and it's either get communication and get resolution or get gone, right? Because why, if you have children, I get that. The children, I know growing up, my parents didn't get along, and I knew it for decade or more. Um, and I was so glad when they finally decided to divorce. I'm like, finally, we can all be happy, because they were miserable and they wouldn't fight in front of us, but you could hear them yelling, could pick up the energy. We weren't, children aren't stupid, right? So I do feel like um, it's not so much a standard thing that, oh, I like older women, da, 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 da. Or they wouldn't have chosen you at the time. They would have not even considered you, right? So I feel like it's more of a fight, of the fight or flight energy coming in, that they're using this as something to poke at you, because there's that, you can't change that, right? If they like, I like larger women, then you could put on weight. If they're like, I like skinnier women, you could lose weight. I like blondes, you could dye your hair. But if they're like, I like older women, what are you going to do? Put gray in your hair? Put on makeup? Movie makeup to make yourself look older? No, you're like, huh. So this isn't about age. This is about that they are trying to put division between you. So something to think about. All right. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All righty. And then we've got Anushka. You are up next here. And thank you guys. I'm going to finish up these readings from earlier session. Then I will jump into these sessions. So I will jump in. And Moonlight, you'll be next after I finish. Just like four more. All right. Actually, looks like there's more than that. Where did it go? Oh, it's down here. I lost it. Here I am. I am back. So Anushka, you want to know, yesterday you gave your college entrance exam. Will you be able to clear? All right, let's see here. Based on current energies, let's see what we have here. Okay. Fingers crossed, right? You got the Queen of Spikes and the 10 of Coins. I like it. So the 10 of Coins is one of the abundant cards in the deck. So that's celebration, that's success. And then the Queen of Spikes, um, Queen of Swords, is the balance between head and heart. So it's a positive, both of these together are positive things. So that is a yes, that you've done well on it. So I like that. Very balanced energy. So congratulations. I like that for you. Whoosh, you can rest and relax a little bit. Yay. All right. So that's what they have for you. Easy breezy, short and easy. And then we've got Morning. Hey, Morning. You're up next. Let me grab that real quick here. Throw that down here. Okay. So, Morning, you wanted to know, general for the upcoming week. All right. So, the Spirit wants you to know about the upcoming week. Boom, oh, boom. Well, you got 3 cards. You got the 10 of Spikes, the 7 of Spikes that lead to the Sun card. So, I do love the Sun card, this beautiful, beautiful Phoenix that they have on here. This is a success card. It is also a shining a bright light on things that are bringing things up here for you. You do have the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. All this mental energy here about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And the 7 of Spikes, 7 of Swords is about what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have cheated you out of opportunities. Doubting yourself, limiting yourself, focusing on lower vibration, feeling like you need something, you want something, distracting you from the abundance that you have in your life and your abilities you have. The 10 of Spikes is this. So I feel like this week, it's like really, I'm just sick and tired of focusing in on all these supposed to be's and should be's and need be's, trying to please everyone. I've had it. That's what the 10 of Spikes is. 10 of Swords is just done with all these rules and everyone wanting something different, and you can't, if you please this person you don't please this person, if you please them you don't please them, and everyone wants something different, blah blah blah. It's like I'm deciding what I want and I'm releasing myself from all these fears, these supposed to be's, and the Sun card does shine the light upon these. And so it does tell me you'll have some things this week that will trigger these, fears. Something will trigger, and you'll be like, what is this? And you're like, yeah, why do I fear this? Where does this belief come from? And you transform it because you question it and realize it's not what you believe, it's something that you were taught to believe or something you experienced, and you took on this belief about yourself of, well, I can't. Let's like a common thing is you don't do well in math on a test and someone makes fun of you, or your parents, someone tells you you're stupid, and then you're like, I don't understand math, and it becomes a block. It becomes something that we take on as a piece of our identity when it was a one-time thing. And no, I'm very smart, I can do math, and you can overcome it. So it's that kind of energy I feel is coming in this week with that. So just be aware, you can free yourself from it. And there's a lot of success on the other side of that too. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Morning. And then we have Gracie coming up here. So Gracie, thank you. And your question. Oops, let me grab that and throw it into the chat here. Boom. All right. I think I did it right. All right. And Gracie, you want to know, will you get the job that you applied for? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies. Okay. Got the Page of Spikes, the 3 of Spikes. The 3 of Spikes is the expectations equal disappointment here. The Ace of Spikes, though, is new communication on something else. So I don't feel like you get this job that you applied for. I feel like it's a good thing because this Page of Spikes isn't just the Ace of Spikes. The Page of Spikes is like a number 11. And so I feel like there's something that's more in alignment with you and for you that comes into your preview that you wouldn't even know about if you got this other job. So I don't feel like you get the one that you applied for, but look somewhere else because I feel like there's something like more money, more up, your say up your alley. Whoa. But along the lines of what you're looking for and what would make you happy on that. So I feel like it's a good thing, you know, that you don't get this one because it's something so much better for you. Um, and I feel like we can trust that if we don't get something, that it's for us. Like, if this door won't open, there's a hungry lion behind it that's going to eat us. And if I can't get in there, I'm like, well, okay, we can thank the creator. You're saving me from something. Like, it might look really good, like, what a wonderful company. And then you work for it and you're like, oh my God, this is horrible. So I feel like you're being saved from something that just wouldn't be aligning with who you are, and that you're able to go into something that is much better for you. So I like that for you, Gracie. Right. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got here Athulia AS. Hopefully I said that correct. Let's throw that down into the chat here. Let me see here. Athulia, maybe. All right. Hello. So you would like to know, tell you AJ his feelings for you. Loves you or not. All right. Loves me not, right? So let's take a look here. What is going on there? What are their true feelings here? Okay. I do feel like we get to this one and this one here. So we do have the Wisdom King and the Knight of Hearts. I feel here with the Knight of Hearts, that's the Knight of Cups, the movement of emotion. So they do have love there. There's movement of heart. Obviously, they're wearing a helmet with a heart in their head, right? The Wisdom King, the Hierophant, is their higher self, drawing them to see things more clearly. So I do feel like they have like love for you. There's just this overall energy, and I don't feel like this is specific towards you either. I feel like the 5 is the number of change, and when the Hierophant tries to, it's like they're drawn to see things from a higher perspective and gaining clarity and really trying to understand what they want in life. Not whether they want to be with you or not, but it's kind of like this overall change energy of, what do I want? Who do I want to be? Is this really what I want? Because I feel like they're at this decision point that they're like, I don't want to make a decision to do something if it really isn't what I want to do. And I don't want to impact other people. Let me decide what I want. And is this really what I want? So they do have feelings for you, do have love for you, but they also have this big confusion in their head about life. Who do I want to be? Where do I want to work? Where do I want to live? Who do I want to be with? How big of a family do I want? Do I want a family? Do I hate my family, my current family? They're like looking at all this, trying to figure out life. And so you might feel like kind of this, they're at odds with themselves in their head. And I feel like that's where that's coming in right now. So hopefully that helps a little, at least understand where they're coming from. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay, we just have one more here. So Patty, you are up. So Patty, you want to know, how can you raise your vibration and maintain it there? That's all? That's all you want to know? let's, let's see what spirit, what guidance they have. Oops, let me put it in the chat here. Sorry, Patty. Got all excited. All right, so let's take a look here. So how to raise your vibration and keep it there. All right. And so let's see what we have here. Yeah, it is all about self-love, right? So we've got the Page of Hearts here and the Seven of Hearts too. So I love this message because the Page of Hearts is about higher love. It's becoming the chalice, the Holy Grail. Vibration is all about self-love, right? Our love vibration is all about, it's like the Knight of Hearts is like probably the biggest quest that all humans come down here. We come from a place of high vibration and unconditional love, we come down and we forget that we are unconditional love. And then we're told, look for love out here in the outside world. And we spend all our time looking out there, getting disappointed until we turn in here and we find that love, right? That's the high vibration, the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. So, how can we raise our love vibration? Well, it's all about turning down the fear noise. Like the Seven of Hearts represents emotional confusion, which can be all this lower vibrational energy that sucks us out into the outside world, right? We are in a giant amusement park full of fear rides, so there's great opportunities to experience low vibration love, that conditional love rooted in fear, right? So the more that we can turn down our fear noise, turn up our unconditional love energy, connecting to the higher realms, um, we can stay in higher vibration there, right? Now, maintaining it there, that's the difficult part, right? You can hit the high vibration and raise your vibration. It's just a matter of staying. And because we had got so many things that around us that distract us to pull us out, it's difficult to do. It takes effort to kind of surround yourself and dismantle our fear triggers, right? So let me explain that, because this is a great question, Patty. Because like we all growing up, we've got all these conditioned triggers of fear that we've all been brainwashed with, that through repetition, people's opinion became our habit, became our reactions, right? So we've got these reactions that we don't even realize we're choosing to fear something because we're taught fear this, fear that, focus on want, need, fear what will come in, fear what will leave, or fear won't leave. And so we're taught to focus on all this lower vibrational things through habit and repetition, right? Well, you can't just change a habit overnight sometimes, right? So it's kind of like a combo. Whatever we focus on the most grows. So if I focus on higher vibration things a lot, gratitude, joy, unconditional love, peace, laughter, play, higher vibrational energy things, then it has more. Like me, I'm able to stay in a high vibration a lot more than I ever did when I worked in corporate life. Go figure, because I'm like, as Moonlight was saying, I'm on my marathon weekends, like Thursday night for 3, 4, 5 hours connecting with spirit. Fridays, 5, 6 hours. These days, I just finished almost a 6.5 hour session. I'll be on for a couple hours and another hour and probably more, and then tomorrow, a large portion of my day. So all this time that I'm spending around connecting with spirit, talking about unconditional love, channeling their energy, it's amazing, right? That's how I can keep that higher vibrational connection. And then all the other studies I'm doing, the videos I'm creating, all of that is connection with spirit and spirit and spirit and spirit. Now, if I have a video pop up or I follow on Instagram, any kind of social media, like during our election season, I was not in high vibration all the time because I got sucked out into my fear world, into trying to control the outside world. And so after I realized all this stuff was pulling me away, I unfollowed things, I stopped watching things. And like on YouTube, when you watch something, they start suggesting more of it. So stopping watching, do not recommend, choosing who you follow, what you bring in your eyes, your ears, even your nose, your mouth, and your touch, any of our senses that we can do to surround ourselves with things that promote higher vibration helps us stay there. But we can't just run away from the outside world. It exists and we live here. So we will be drawn out into the outside world. So it's important that you be gentle with yourself when you're doing that too. When you realize, oh, guess what? I'm out in fear right now. We breathe, we do our things to help us come back to calm and peace, and then we can still return back to higher vibration because whatever we focus on the most grows. I usually say 80% on higher vibration, 20% on triggers. Those triggers that are, hey, 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 that bug us all the time, they're wanting to be heard and wanting to be seen so that we can question them, these beliefs of fear, and transform it. And then once we get to the root of it and we understand, oh, I fear this because I think this is how this is what it's going to do. But what does that mean? Why am I fearing that? Why am I fearing that? And why am I fearing that? You get to the root, you resolve it, then you don't trigger anymore and you start triggering less. And so we stop getting pulled to the outside. And then something else I talk about a lot is whenever I'm being pulled to the outside world on something and I'm wanting to change my habit to be focusing on higher vibration, I put a little um, uh, alarms on my cell phone, vibrating silent alarm, so it only gets my attention, doesn't irritate everyone around me, right? But it allows me to, when I get pulled out, and sometimes I'll do it every half hour until, and then I, and then I make it just every hour, and then I can make it every 2 hours, then every three. Once my habit changes, I don't get pulled out, but in the beginning, I get pulled out to fear. The alarm goes off. Oh, that's right. Let me come back. It's like a reminder because when we get pulled into fear, we go out of our minds. We don't even realize we're reacting and we're out of habit going to the low vibration, right? But then the alarm goes off and, oh, that's right. Shh. And then you drift back and then alarm goes off. Whoosh. And then it takes longer and longer to drift out to where I don't need it every half hour, so I change it to every hour, right? And then eventually I don't need the alarm at all because it's my new habit has been focusing on this, right? And then it becomes very obvious when you're focusing on lower vibration because it's like when you're in a loud, noisy bar or dance place all the time, right? It's very, very loud and we don't hear noise. But when we leave that, I'm purposely getting quieter just so you guys know, I'm not, so you don't turn your volume up too much. I scare you. But you get a job in a library and everything's very quiet and you're used to everything being very, very quiet. And then when you hear, you're like, what the hell was that? Because it's so obvious. You couldn't hear that in that loud bar, but now that you're used to silence, lower vibration gets very loud. The more our habit becomes higher vibration, the louder lower vibration comes. And we start to recognize it, not when it's too late and we're freaking out, and but we start to feel it rise and we're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Deep breaths, let's come back. So being gentle with yourself and just realizing it's a process that took you a long time to get here. It's not going to change overnight. So be gentle and just put reminders to bring you back and, figure out as much as we can. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Patty Patty. So let me know if you have any questions on that. And thank you for asking that question. I really like that. All righty. So thank you guys so much. Those are all the ones from the previous session. So let us dive in to the current readings. In this session, I do have a donation. So Moonlight, we will jump to yours. So Moonlight, let me put your timestamp here. And then we will, if I don't have any others, then we'll start at the top of these three readings and work our way down. Hey, Oma. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. All right. And Miss Sweet Like Honey. Hello, hello, Highness. All right. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I actually do offer private readings. There's a link down in the description box as I look over here at myself instead of you. Those aren't free, of course. But if you're interested, there is a link down in the description box that talks about all the private readings, the ones I offer, and all those too. So yay. All All right. So, moonlight. Let us take a look here. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your appreciation, Moonlight. And thank you for your donation. So, want to know, what did R want to say or tell you with the singing music video he sent you today? Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's take a sip here. All right. So, what was the purpose? What was he trying to say? All right. I feel like we'll get clarity through those two. All right. I feel like here with the bottom of the deck, you got the two of spikes. So the overall energy here is this, it's like kind of like there's on one side, it feels like I don't know what my intentions were. And on the other hand, there was like, well, I had kind of two intentions. And it's like, well, which is it? I don't know. Kind of do and I kind of don't. It's this a very scattered energy there, Moonlight. So we'll see if we can get some clarity here of what's going on. All right. So we do have the Nine of Swords and the Wisdom King, the Hierophant. So this makes sense here because the Nine of Swords is about fear and fight or flight energy, nightmare, insomnia, and the Wisdom King, the Hierophant, is about trying to see things from a clearer perspective, a higher perspective. So there's like uh their human is doing things out of fear in one way, and then their higher self, there's another reason why they were doing that too, right? You had a feeling he was what's that? So it's like, okay. Let's see what these other two cards are, because we got the King of Hearts, and the Page of Spikes. So the King of Cups, the King of Hearts is this energy of, balance between the head and the heart. And the Page of Spikes is about trying to see things from that higher perspective. And I feel like there's this, it's almost like it's putting feelers out energy. A portion of them is because I do feel like there's this energy here of they think like you're a well balanced person between head and heart. It's like one of those compatibility cards where it's like, but they're feeling out the situation with the Page of Swords. They're trying to gain clarity through reaction or response. Um, and so I feel like that it is this feeler kind of stuff going, on one way, getting this energy where I'm like, well, I don't want to admit anything or do anything until I'm sure. I feel like their energy is a bit like I don't try out for something unless I know I'm going to get it. I don't try to accomplish something unless I know I'm going to accomplish it kind of energy, right? Yeah, right. It's like looking for a response, but I feel like they kind of just vaguely, it's like they have a smoke screen because they don't want to leap before they know an absolute surety of things. So I just feel like that kind of energy, if that makes sense. Let's see what this other card is here too. We got the Strength card, trying to get up the courage. Leo energy too. But this isn't higher expression Leo. This is lower expression Leo energy. Which every sign we have higher expression or lower. Lower expression of Leo energy is look at me, look at me. Um, I'm the king. I get attention. Look at me. Look at me. That kind of thing, right? Yeah, right. He has a lot to prove and he knows it. Bum, bum, bum. So this, energy of I want to be seen, But the higher vibration energy is king of the jungle and leader, not look at me, you know. So they're on that lower vibration spectrum. Let's see what else we have here. Two of scepters, yeah. Two of wands. Again, that duality, like with the two of spikes, just this could go either way. Could go either way. Got to keep my options. Got to keep an escape route because I don't want to fail. And the four of scepters, the four of wands, joy, celebration, joy, joy, joy energy. So a part of them too, it's they really enjoyed it and they wanted to share it, but there's there's a lot of this subconscious things going on that they don't even realize they're doing some things because there is that duality that's happening in them. A lot of reactions from fear that are happening there. So I don't necessarily feel like, what did they want to say or tell me? I feel like they just wanted more to get a reaction from you. Look at me, look at me. Did you see me? Did you see what I sent you? Um, appreciation, you know, how do you feel about that? You know, kind of stuff. So I feel like it's more testing waters ish energy, but not even quite that, but kind of that. They're just all over the place. And I just feel, I don't know if they have ADHD. This is how it feels like. um, because it's hard to stay on one track with them. And I know people with ADHD that I interact with. Closed. Yeah, yeah, it is, right? But it is, it's hard to stay on one track because it's boom, 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 boom. And it is that kind of energy that I'm just like, it's like starting 5 projects and not finishing any of them. And it's like, "What well, why did you do that?" "Well, okay, he has ADHD. You too, yeah." I think I have it too because my host has it. My dad has it. Um, and I can tell because some of the things, like when she was being diagnosed and the things that they were talking about, I'm like, "Oh, I do that. Oh, I do that too." Maybe we're just functional ADHDers, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? So that's what they have for you here. Let's do a you get a fortune cookie too. Let's give you your angel number here. That's good. You guys can either stay on the same track, jump tracks together, or have a train wreck, right? Yeah. I can normally, like when she took some medication, I was like, "Wow, you're really focused. We're really staying on one conversation at a time." Then she went off the medication because it was, causing her to clench her jaws and stuff, and she didn't tell me. But I was like, "Are you still on your medication?" She goes, "No." I go, "I can tell because we just had 5 different conversations, and we didn't stay on the same topic for more than 30 seconds, but we kept returning back and, okay, oh, we're talking about that again. Oh, now we're talking about this." It's pretty fun. All right. So you have alignment. 222 is your card here. Connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life choices, compromise, commitment, trust. It says, how do you move forward towards your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. So follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. I like it. They're like, no, let's focus on your life purpose instead, right? Too funny. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. Sound like your kids. You're like, no, I didn't. Yeah, and it is. It's hard to stay like whoop. So I get it. All right. Hang in there, my dear. Hang in there. All right. So that is it for the donations. I don't have any other YouTube channel members, so we will jump in here. So me, you are up. Not me, but me, M-E. You are up. So let's put that in the chat here. So me, want to know, will the doctors be able to get your back straightened out? Oh my gosh, you broke it on Mother's Day weekend of 2005, and it's getting worse. I am staying in a lot of pain. Okay. So sorry to hear that. We'll send you lots of love energy. See if we can take some of that sting away. And of course, I'm not a medical professional. Disclaimer in the description box of the video. Of course, tarot is designed for fun. Ultimately, of course, you are consulting medical professionals. I'm assuming ultimately everybody makes their own decisions, right? So let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will the doctors be able to get your back straightened out here? All right, got this one, and we do want this one. You got the 3 of spikes and the 4 of hearts. I feel like here with the 3 of spikes, this is like there's this expectations equal disappointment energy here. But the 4 of cups, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like the current doctor's disappointing. But the 4 of hearts, the 4 of cups is like a stagnancy and a change that's needed. So I feel like this is like your current doctors. I don't feel like they are looking at other alternatives and different things. I feel like they're kind of stuck in this, well, we've diagnosed it and do, and they kind of have this. I feel like there's a different specialist that would be able to help you with this 4 of hearts, this 4 of cups. It's like they're able to shine a bright light on something and bring some hope of that there. But so I feel like maybe, I know, get a second opinion. I already have, get 4, right? But I feel like there's a specialist that can offer an alternative that no one has thought of. Um, and it's something to look into. You know, I know a friend of mine, they had he had horrible, her husband had horrible back pain, and they couldn't do anything with it. They found this doctor, I think he was in Florida. They flew down there, and after these little things, they were able to fix things. But um, maybe I can try to reach out to them. If you're interested, email me, email bruddaZEN, me. At my email's bruddaZEN@gmail.com. It's in the description box. If you want that, I won't be offended if you don't. If you're like, no, I got my own resources, that's cool. But if you want it, I can find out from my friend and forward that information to you too. Right. So that's what they have for you, me. So many blessings. All right. So Anita Abdul, hey, sorry if I didn't say hi to you. So you see there. Okay, we did those. Those are the winners. All right. Thank you for all the hellos, everybody. All right. All right. Teresa Horton, you are up 109.37. You're so funny. You crack me up. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm spelling your name correctly here. It's going to capitalize it automatically. I'm going to let it just for the sake of time. I'll throw that down here. All right. So Teresa, boom, 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 Zen. So, where's your man and what is he doing? You're waiting on him. Does he look good to you? You're so funny. All right, so let's take a look here. Where are they and what are they up to? Let's see, we got those two cards. So where are they? Where are they? We got the Four of Coins, Four of Pentacles. So where are they? What are they up to? They're off creating a solid foundation in the outside world for you. So they're gaining this solidness of the outside, and that they're busy. They're busy creating your security, financial security, right? So that's a lot of what he's doing. I mean, the Four of Coins, Four Pentacles is like creating a home, and we like that. Do you like him? You got three cards for that. You got the Eight of Spikes, the Nine of Coins, and the Six of Scepters. Yeah, Six of Wands is victory and celebration. So yeah, you do the Eight of Spikes. I feel like with the Eight of Spikes and the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Pentacles is an energy of abundance and independence, and you do want him to be financially independent. And I feel like the Eight of Spikes is a little bit like when you're asking, does he look good to you? In some ways, he does. The Eight of Spikes, though, is about letting go thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that don't serve anymore, that did bring restriction and blindness and, um, you know, that kind of restrictiveness on there. So I feel like the timing and things are going slower to give you an opportunity too to go of some old beliefs, thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets around who are they supposed to be? Who are they supposed to be in the relationship? What's a relationship supposed to be like? Who am I supposed to be in the relationship? It's all that questioning some opinions that aren't yours. They're things that you inherited and were conditioned with. And so I feel like it's important for you to kind of question those things and go, how important is that they be this or look this way or act this way or blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, why do I have that? I don't need to have that. And there's like a release of some of these things. So that is what they have for you there, Teresa. So hopefully that helps. But definitely there's a lot of attractive things there. You like that their independence energy that they have for sure. All right. So that is what they have for that one. All right. And oops. All right, Olivier Bagata, you are up next. Olivier, let's put you at 113 here. And put that down here. All right, so Olivier, I'd like a general reading for this coming week. All right, let's see what we got going on here. What do they want you to know? So you got the Nine of Spikes. What leads to the Wheel of Fortune? So we like that. It's worth the fear. The Nine of Swords energy with the Nine of Spikes, even though it's the Nightmare and Insomnia card, it is this energy of, you know, um, getting tired of having some of the same, old fear thoughts, things that hold you back, things that make you feel restricted and, um, feeling trapped by, well, it has to be this, it has to be that. Your mind, your brain going, no, this is what success means. And I feel like there's this change up here because the nine is the number of the hermit, and it's you reflecting on your thoughts about what the wheel of fortune, what fortune means, what fortunate means, what success means. I feel like next week there is this energy just about I get to decide this. Yeah, society, I grew up thinking, well, it means you make this much money or you have this, you have that, you look like this, you're with this type of person, blah, 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 blah. It's a long list. And that's a good exercise to do is make a list of what does success mean to me and just throw it up on the paper, right? Just don't overthink it or think about it. Just write it down. What does success mean to me? Well, this, that, this. You have this much in the bank. You have this kind of house, this kind of car, this kind of relationship, this kind of marriage, this kind of blah, 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 right? And just put it all out there. Let your inner child and your ego and your human just put it out there. And then you can question it and go, why do I believe that is why I need to have that to be successful, to have success. And I feel like this is an important thing for you because it frees you from this restrictiveness, allows you to see your life differently, and you can make different changes with that too. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you right now, Olivier. So many blessings to you. Right. All right. Let's see here. Just want to make sure where I was at. Okay. All right. And then I think you were wanting a reading here. I don't think you're just sharing that you're struggling in your relationship. I feel like you're wanting advice from spirit. So let's throw that down here. We'll pull some cards here for you. So little bit. So you're a Cancer and your love is Pisces. Oh my gosh, all that water energy. You're struggling. Yeah, no kidding, right? Probably around full moons, especially. And I feel like both of you, it would really help to pay attention to moon energy because the moon changes signs every 2 to 3 days. And the cycles of the moon, the eclipses that we've gone through, you're very much both influenced um, just by your sun signs alone. But I'd be curious if you guys have any more water in your chart or what kind of moons you have. But you can be very much influenced by that and in different ways too. You being ruled by the moon, very much so. Pisces, they can be thrust into the dark side of the pond of the emotions, which makes it difficult because you being an emotional Mother Luna energy wanting to help them. Um, when they're in the down dark side of the pond, they don't want to be helped. So you're trying to bring them back and they're like, no, 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 no. Rob, pss, 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 right? It's like trying to draw the dragon out of the cave and you get burned by fire, right? So it is important here to be able to understand the emotional tides that are constantly impacting both of you. You have the King of Spikes, King of Swords, which is major mental energy, and the Judgment card, too, which is the higher self trying to show things from a higher perspective. So I feel like it helps understand um, who you are. Um, and, like I have somewhere around here, I do have a daily calendar little planner thingy that shows all the planets and stuff, but it shows the moons, how they change every 2 to 3 days, and you can be aware of it and see, oh, okay, because when I have a Pisces moon and a stellium in Pisces and uh, all this water trines and kites and all this kind of stuff on my chart. Even though I'm an Aquarius sun and a Capricorn rising, I needed that to balance all this water in my chart. But I know I get very impacted by emotions. I thought I was emotionally unstable growing up because I would feel everyone's emotions with all that energy. But also the moons, it starts off with fiery Aries, and then it moves into grounded, earthy Taurus, and then it goes into, in the mind Gemini, and then of course into watery Cancer, and then back to fiery Leo, and all the tastes of those elements is different too. So we feel like every 2 3 days we're different emotional being, and that can wear on us unless we're aware of it, and then we can use that emotional energy instead of being used by it, or ride the wave instead of having it smack us upside the head. So I feel like it's an important thing of becoming aware of the struggles because just that starting off will help not take other people's actions personally because we understand, oh, you're being influenced by the moon energy. And if I'm paying attention to how I'm being impacted, we can also pay attention to how the moon impacts them as well. And it's like, oh, okay, I see. So I feel like that's a good start if that helps there a little bit. I hope it helps a little bit. But a bunch. I'm just kidding. All right. So that is what they have for you. All right. Just make sure here. Hey, Nelia, Nelia. All right. So I do have a donation. So I'm going to jump down to that. So I shall return. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Nelia. So thank you so much. Let me post this down here. Did I spell that right? Okay, I think I did. All right. So Nelia, thank you so much for your donation. Any messages from your future true love? His personality, his family, was he married? Kids, anything Spirit wants to tell you. All right, we'll dive in. I'm going to go sit here. Whoops. Okay, there went my coaster. All wet. All right, let's take a look here. So, any messages from your future true love? Take a look here. They do want that. They do want that. They do want that. All right. So, anything about his personality? Look at, there's two cards. There's his split personality. I'm just kidding. Anything about his family? Okay, those. All right. Was he married and with kids? And then anything else Spirit wants to tell you? All right. So let's dive in here. Any messages from your future ones? Page of Hearts. So bold of them to say, it is a love that you have never ever experienced in this lifetime. That's their message. It's a higher love. It's a number 11. 1 out of 10, it's an 11. That's great. They do encourage you here with the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords. I like this freedom, and it makes it even bigger because the High Priestess is about, of course, stepping up into your High Priestess temple, reviewing, diving into any expectations around love and relationship because like they're able to offer this. Like if your expectations are this, they're still the love is still going to be like out of this world. But the more you can bring this expectations lower and lower, the more it is even more amazing because there's not any focusing on what something's not being. And so this time alone that you have right now um, is designed for both of you about letting go of these expectations of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. So I feel like they're saying here, they're just giving you this. If you want the love to be even more, yeah, continue to do the work that you're doing. I'm continue to do the work I'm doing to let go of expectations so that it'll be a relationship of gratitude, not a relationship that's lessened because of expectations and disappointment energy. It's going to all be about celebration. And I like that. All right. And then his personality. Oh, his split personality. Let's take a look here. We got the Four of Scepters, the Four of Wands, joy, celebration energy. We like that, along with Queen of Hearts, Queen of Cups. So I like this. It feels like a combination between, I don't know, it's like a Sagittarius energy because they're full of love and spirituality and spiritual connection. Um, but they lean more towards the joy and celebration side of energy. So I like this. It's Someone who's very in tune, very empathic. They pick up other people's emotions. So that's why I feel like a lot of water in their chart, but they also have that bright, childlike, mature energy of a Sagittarius because they're the adult fire sign, right? Because Aries is the baby, Leo is the middle, middle adult, young adult, and then the Sagittarius is like the elder. That's the way they kind of go through the zodiac. And I kind of feel it's like it's a mature childlikeness. It's not. They like adventure, they like travel, they like that, but they also are very down to earth, emotional, very empathic, picking up people's emotions, kind of energy. So I like that. So that's what they have there for that. And then, oh, family, right? No, his personal. Oh, yeah, family. No, oh, that's the next one is was he married? So tell us about his family. Oh, okay. So we have the 10 of spikes here to start off, which is letting go of expectations. And this is an important thing. I like that expectations over here. And they're like, yeah, that's important. Because I feel like that's why a big piece of why they are letting go of so many expectations is because their family does have a lot. And that was a very stressful time growing up because they had such a high bar with all these expectations. That they have that, and, like, it's okay because I have broken them of that about me, and I will not let them put that on you either, but it's good for you to know that that's the background he came from and that, you know, he has evolved and transformed, but some of his family hasn't, right? So that's one that was separate by itself, and then these 3 cards were out regarding his family too. We have the Knight of Spikes. So there is this movement of education. I feel like the family's very educated with this. That's one of their high expectations. Everyone will go to college. Everyone will do this. Everyone will do that kind of energy. We'll see what we have here. And the world card, which is an ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventures. And so I do feel like there has been a lot of change that happened in their life. We do have the Empress energy here, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And I get this kind of energy that, like, mom passed and she was the matriarch. I feel like she's what held a lot of the family together. And after that, there was this kind of mm, not so much departure, but just the closeness isn't there as much anymore. And I almost feel like she was the only female in the immediate family, like the rest was brothers and sons, kind of energy. And so she's the one that kept everything, together. All the daughter-in-laws um and all that, they I feel like they were intimidated a lot by all of this high expectations and they didn't want to step up because they didn't want to fail because the expectations are so high within that. So it's very interesting. So, yeah, we'll see that here. Um, and then was he married and have children? Let's take a look here. Was he married? King of Hearts. Balance of head and heart. It doesn't feel like it here. Yeah. No, I don't feel like they were because they've been looking here. You got the divine counterparts, the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, because the King of Cups rolls over the cups, but has swords behind the scenes. The Queen of Swords has swords in front, but has cups behind the scenes. So people that feel like um, it's almost like people wouldn't recognize how are you guys together? It's like you don't realize. They're like, "They're so emotional. Are they in their head?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're so in their head. How are they emotional?" And it's like the friends of each other don't understand how you guys end up with each other till they get to know each other. And then they're like, "Oh my gosh. Oh, I see it now." But I don't feel like they ever found anyone that does that matchup. And so I don't feel like they were married before or have children. There. Yep. All right, and then we'll see what else here. You're welcome, Patty. Congratulations. Right, what else? What else does Spirit want you to know? You got the Nine of Hearts. Wow, it's like a dream come true. Like they said. That's funny. Like I said, Six of Scepters, Six of Wands. It's this feeling of victory, movement, equal passion, and attraction. And the Five of Coins. I feel like this is the big thing that you both were faced with and both have overcome a lot and continue to overcome is that the feeling that goes back to childhood of abandonment, feeling left out in the cold, feeling left behind, any of these feelings of lack and not being able, feeling like um, we are lacking, that there is lack, but that underlying fear that's there that you both have had to overcome. And that's something that draws you guys together too, in a way that you understand it. And that's an important kind of challenge that you both have overcome. That's an important bond between the two of you because you both know you don't want to experience feeling abandoned. So I like that. Right? This would be wonderful. So, what your angel number is here? All right, got this one here. And you've got 999, release. It says, your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you're experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? Get rid of them, right? All right. All right. So that is that one, Nelia, and thank you for your second donation. We'll just continue on. I'm not going to put a separate timestamp because there's no one in between. So we'll jump to this one next. All right. So, what does Thomas think about you? This is the ending. They're like, psh, psh, psh. His feelings. All right. How does he feel about the chat we had last night? Will you video chat one day? What does the experience be like? Anything else Browns to say? Did we? This wasn't from the last one, was it? No. This I think someone else was asking a similar question. All right, let's take a look here. So, what does Thomas think about you and his feelings? I know, right? I've been doing too many readings today. They're all starting to sound the same. So, what does he think about you? What are his feelings? I think is that one. That is that one. How does he feel about the chat you had last night? Will you video chat one day? And then what would the experience be like with them? Okay. And anything else Spirit wants to say? That's already 7:30. Oh my gosh. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Time is a flying. Time is a flying by. All right. Let's take a look here. So we're going to your first question here. Let me highlight it. So I remember where I was at and the other one. What does Thomas think about you? What does he think about you? Well, he has the Knight of Hearts. Movement of emotion. The thoughts are that you're very romantic. I feel like with this card, that they're like, yeah, you are about the romance, the dreaminess of relationships, and they can really. This is what they're picking up anyway. Remember, this is their thoughts in their head. Doesn't mean it's right. But they do. They're just like, and it's funny. Um, you know how you hear wearing your heart on your sleeve? You wear your heart on your head. That's funny. So, that's what it is. It's like your mind and your heart, it's reflective. Your heart is always reflective in what you say, what you communicate, what you do. It's like your heart is on your forehead. That's interesting. I like that. Um, and what are his feelings towards you here? We've got the 8 of spikes, the 8 of swords, which is that one there, and then the 3 of scepters, the 3 of wands. It's interesting energy because the 8 of spikes is about, um, and this is funny, this is coming up in emotions, but it's like them interacting with you have triggered these fears, these thoughts, these beliefs, these mindsets that they have that have made them feel trapped and restricted and small and limited in the past. And so there's something to do with the interactions that have, these feelings have sparked some of their triggers of protection. And the 3 of wands energy, it kind of does feel a bit, I want to say fight or flighty, but it's the flight. Like something got triggered in them that they're like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to keep up. That's the kind of energy I'm feeling. Like, wow, you have this great ability to share your heart and especially that to be able to share emotion. And it's like, oh wow. And it's reminding them of past relationships where they were told over and over that you're not giving me enough love. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. So that's triggering this stuff that's making them go, oh my gosh, kind of this, oh no, I'm going to fail kind of energy. Interesting. Um, how does he feel about the chat you had last night? Let's take a look. Got the Knight of Spikes, the Five of Hearts, the Five of Cups. Yeah, so this Knight of Spikes is this movement of communication, flow of communication. The Five of Cups, there was a great amount of emotional flow in here. There's a lot of hidden emotion that they didn't express, and I feel like that is this thing is they do feel like there was a lot more emotion shared than they thought would be shared, if that makes sense. And for them, I don't know if it takes a whole lot of emotion to be like, "Oh my god," because I don't really feel that they have a whole lot of self-love, so, they're not able to give a whole lot, so when someone this is all the self-love I have, and you just casually give this much love because you have a great amount of self-love, right? They're like, "Whoa, I don't know if I can keep up." You're like, "What? What do you mean? I only gave you this much." And you're like, "That's a lot." And you're like, "Oh, no, that's just this much," you know? And so there's some revelations that comes with that. Will you guys video chat one day? I don't know. We got the 7 of hearts here. This is a lot of emotional confusion. I feel like with all the emotions we've talked about here, I I don't know if they will be brave enough for that. Well, we'll find out what's going on here more, right? What would the experience be like with them? I don't know if you meant video chatting or how it would be different here. Mm, yeah, look at this 7 of spikes. So we do have the lies, the deceit, the betrayal energy. Um, yeah, you're of a higher vibration for sure. This 3 of coins, it's like the fear of not being true to one's authentic self. There would be them feeling they need to hide themselves and try to be something that they're not. Because again, this trying to keep up energy. that they just feel like they wouldn't be able to, that's there. We'll take a look here. What else do they want you to know? Anything else Spirit wants you to say? So yeah, we do have the Page of Spikes, which is clarity that will come in here. And I feel like you're going to get a lot of clarity very quick. You have the World card, ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. And we do have the Three of Cups, the Three of Hearts, Three of Cups. I don't know, this energy that I'm picking up, Three of Cups can be third party situation coming in. When I get the Seven of Spikes coming in, which is about lying, betraying, thievery, and then the Three of Cups energy, I kind of feel like that because of this energy of I don't think I could keep up the kind of not kind of I try to soften it by saying kind of. Nope. They end up um, finding someone who doesn't have a whole lot of emotion to offer, to where in comparison they have more emotion. So they need someone who's less than to feel good about themselves, not more than. They're not in a place of you challenge me to make me um, a better version of myself. It's funny. I watched this movie the other night called, I think it's called The List, and it's a newer. I think it's a newer one actually. Wherever I watched it, I don't know if I watched it on Netflix or it's one of the channels my host has, and I just saw it, and it was a story about a girl whose mother died to cancer, and she was going to be the CEO of her company her mother made, but her mom wouldn't give her the inheritance. She had to go through this little list that from her when she was 13 to do all these things. And one of them was find true love. And one of the things that a friend of hers that her mother taught her best friend was here's the four things that you need to do to find love. And it was they need to do this and it needs to be this. But one of the thing that's standing out, I can't remember the others because I'm not supposed to, is that they help you become the best version of yourself. And it's like they're like the person they were with, they're like, no, no, no. Oh, and the other one of them was like, can you see them being the father of your children? No. It's like, psh, psh, all right. And it quickly, eliminates them. And I kind of feel like that's this kind of energy with them, which is all right because your future husband is going, yeah. All right, let's see what your fortune cookie is here. All right. 777. Good luck. That's the way they wanted to say it. Not good luck, but good luck. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share, yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. So it's funny. If you're going to need a lot of enthusiasm and effort to get this through to this one. Good luck. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. So that is those there for you, Nelia. And then I don't think I have any other of my YouTube channel members. So Nelia, I'm going to throw in your free reading here too, because per my guidelines, we would be going to those next anyway. So we'll throw that in here since we're doing yours. And so anything that you need to know, you crack me up. That's what you need to know. All right. Whoops. Sorry to stop Patty. Oh, okay. That was just hers thanking me. Okay. So let's take a look here. Anything you need to know. So with the Seven of Pentacles, which is like it's like the Knight of it's funny that they have a horse on here because it reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all, right? Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. Two of spikes. Um, it's this decision making. But it's the slowness that's coming in, and I feel like they want you to know that things are moving slow because it's giving you the opportunity to gain a lot of clarity between your heart and your mind, clearing out things out of your heart, clearing out things out of your mind. And these individuals that come in really are showing you a lot of clarity, really reinforcing a lot of things that you've really learned in your mind and in your heart, right? Where you're like, yeah, and it's kind of like that when I first realized I was no longer attracted to fixer-uppers or puppy lost puppies, the kind of people because I had that hero complex. I wanted to save people and make their lives better, and then they'll never ever leave me. Bleh, whatever. Um, Eventually, when I realized, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to find someone who is whole in themselves so they don't need me. Needy people kind of showed up just to show me that I wasn't in that space anymore, and um, and it was a good reinforcement. It wasn't a test because I don't believe in universe tests us. I feel like they bring things for us to see it, right? And so it's like, okay, I get it. I get this. And so the slowness is it's allowing you this time to reinforce all this before you meet your future husband that will be headed towards you. And of course, the timing is also there. Also, they're not up there waiting, going, I'm already there. I'm waiting for you to catch up." No, you both are working in parallel in your lives, separate lives, to have that. So I like that. All right. Yep. So that is what they have for you, Nelia. So many blessings. Thank you again for your multiple donations and all your support. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. It's 7:43. We've got about 10 minutes or so to go. And let's see where we're at here. I think we left off. Let's see. Left off with Little Bit. That's right. So Little Bit. We left off with you. And then up next was going to be Ateshi Singh. So Ateshi, 147.54. Let me jot that down. One. Oh, well, we'll just do 148 for you there, Ateshi. Since it just turned that here. So Ateshi, let me just grab that here and throw that into the chat. Boom, boom. All right. So Ateshi, you want to know, will that thing manifest in your physical reality before SSP reaches out? All right, let's take a look here. All right, that is there. Oh, I want this one too. So will that thing manifest in the physical world? King of Hearts, Seven of Spikes. You know, it doesn't appear based on current energy, it feels like with the Seven of Spikes, there's beliefs and thoughts that keep it from happening. The King of Hearts, the King of Cups is balance between the head and the heart, which is this possibility. So based on current energy, there is something that keeps you from having it manifest in your life. But if you want it to manifest in your life, there is this balance between head and heart, which is about seeing things differently. It's about overcoming and seeing what is this fear? What is this belief below the surface that's keeping me from moving forward and keeping me from having that happen and come in? So I feel like, um, there's a possibility to do that if you want, but right now it feels like there's some sort of subconscious, really cavernous, deep down in the caverns belief that is keeping, like there's a fear of things that's keeping things away. This want, this need, this fear energy that pushes it away. But if we, you know, again, that's the transformation of emotion to be gratitude for things, to open up the conduit to bring something in, because there's a belief that's pushing it away, a focus that's pushing it away. So hopefully that helps, Satoshi. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Athula AS. Hello, hello again. Good to see you. Let me just pop this out here. So I'm going to misspell this. I know. Let me make sure here. A-T-H. Okay, I had that right. U-L-A-Y. All right. Oops, I put it in the wrong place. Hold on. Hold your horses, everybody. Okay, here we go. All right. So Athula wanted to know any possibilities for marriage. All right, let's take a look here. There is possibilities with the 10 of Pentacles, because that is the, it's one of those abundance cards that usually shows two people with the dog and the child and the old man and the palace and the coin, which is fullness of life. So that would tell me that there is possibilities of marriage. But I know, don't, bruddaZEN, no. 5 of scepters, 5 of wands, drama. That's the, 5 of wands is like, it's energy of conflict, that there is, conflicting energy. And I don't know if that's between families or individuals or what it is, but there's this drama that surrounds, there's this energy that's conflicting energy that is in front of that doesn't allow that to happen based on current energies. That which means with that 5, the energy would have to change in order for it to move forward to that. So there is something conflicting. I don't know why family conflict comes into this, but it does feel like where is the, this dramatic, because it's like 5 people fighting energy is, what's on the card. It just feels like it's a group that's at odds with each other, and that has to work out in order, for it to go forward that way. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Highness, you are up next. So 152.52. Look at that. Repeating numbers. So Highness, you want to know, when will you get a new job? All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know here about finding a new job here? Okay, these two. Oh, you got the Star card and the 6 of Spikes. All right. So there is this, energy here. The 6 of Spikes, the 6 of Swords is about leaving behind old thoughts, old ways of thinking to have movement in it. And the Star card is like hope. It's the dreams come true kind of card too. There's a balancing energy here, but I just feel like um, what needs to change here is that it's like moving and letting go of some old thoughts and beliefs that the mind has about supposed to be and should be and need to be around a job that you should have, the responsible thing to do, blah, blah, blah. This is more going for the dream. And what is the dream come true? Not what the mind is going, well, this is what we need in order to live and survive and exist, right? But this energy of the Star card, wishing upon a star, is what's the dream job? What's the heart want? Not what the mind but what the heart wants. Because this is leaving behind old ways of thinking to move towards something that's more in alignment with higher truth, capital T truths, not small t truths rooted in fear. And I feel like that's why if you're having trouble finding a job, it's because we're looking for something the mind wants that feels like existence and work instead of living a dream energy. And I feel like when we step back and make that kind of change, that's when it draws that energy to you. So hopefully that helps, Highness. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Then Mrs. Sweet Like Honey, you are up next at 155 even. All right. Oh, I put it over here. I was like, where did it go? Oh my goodness. All right. So let's do this here. So Mrs. Yep, sweet like honey. 50. I think I spelled all that right. Close enough, right? All right. So Mrs. Sweet like honey. You wanted a general reading. All right. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. You got the 10 of cups, the 10 of hearts, and the 2 of spikes. So right now, your general reading here is all about, the 2 of spikes, the 2 of swords is in making decisions. It's about closing your eyes and opening your heart and following your joy. And this is about getting out of the head, and that's how we do it. We close our eyes, we open our heart and go, heart, what do you want? And your heart goes, I want this. You open your eyes and your mind goes, I want this. That's that fork, the dragon pulling in 2 different directions. But the 10 of hearts is all about follow your joy. Your joy will never lead you. Where is it that your joy is leading you right now? Where is it that your passion is leading you right now? And then it's, when the mind leads, it kind of bullies the heart. When the heart leads, the heart is very loving. It allows the mind to support it. When the mind's in charge, it doesn't want anything from the heart. Oh, those silly emotions, no, blah, blah, blah. We need a. But when the heart's in charge, it's like, we want this. How can you help me get there? And it lets the mind work to help it in that. And I feel like the kind of energy that you need to know right now is like, try to step out of the mind of the supposed to be, the should be, these small t truths rooted in fear, and follow your heart in the direction that it's wanting you to go. And that helps. When I have friends that are having trouble making decisions, I'm like, close your eyes. What does your heart say? And they're like, oh, I know what I want to do. And I'm like, yep, there you go. That's kind of what happens. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now. This is sweet like honey. All right. Okay. So we did those. We did those. All right. Let's see here. How much time do we have left here? So I'm probably going to end up coming back because I'm going to be headed out in like 2 minutes. So rather than jump into another reading, let me grab everything here. So Mars, it looks like that's where I'd be leaving off with the free readings. Let me grab this page here. Oops. Okay. And we'll grab this one too. So I'm going to go spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. And then I'll pop back on because I don't have like a ton. So I'll jump back on and finish out the free readings here. And I don't know, Nash, if you're still here. I see that you're asking, can you ask a question? Thank you for asking. You guys don't ever have to ask. You can just pop your question out there. So if you do have a question and you're still here, Nash, be sure to put that in the chat right now, and I'll make sure to complete that when I come back. And hey, Happy Pill. Sorry, you snuck in under my radar. You're good at that. Sip, sip, sip. So we'll of course finish yours as well when we return. Ooh, too many times, right? I like that. All right. Right. And then Ali, I will. So I don't know if Ali, if you're saying that you don't want to get your question answered because it wasn't as you expected. That's a very strange comment, but whatever. All right. Let's see here. Go Records. Yours was actually in the last session. I did complete yours there. So if you go back to the last session, there's a pinned comment that lists everybody's order in which the other readings were completed. You'll see your name and there'll be a timestamp next to it. So you can jump to that and get your reading there. All right. I think that. All right. All right. So very good. All right. So I've got the screenshot. So I shall return in about an hour and a half or so, and I'll finish out the handful of readings that I didn't get to in this session. And I will post here in a moment the timestamps of this session. And then also when I come back in that stream, I'll also post the timestamps there. So thank you guys so much for all your love, all your support, all the thumbs up. I'm so grateful for all your love and support and all your kind words. I appreciate you guys so much. And remember, as we're going through our adventure every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. Have some fun. You can check out any of the free content I have too while you're waiting. If you want some messages from Spirit, we got Equinox readings and all sorts of fun stuff. So be sure to check those out. All right. We'll see you guys soon.